D.B. Cooper is a media epithet for an unidentified man who hijacked Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305, a Boeing 727 aircraft in United States airspace on November 24, 1971. During the flight from Portland, Oregon to Seattle, Washington, the hijacker told a flight attendant he was armed with a bomb, demanded $200,000 in ransom, and requested 4 parachutes upon landing in Seattle. After releasing the passengers in Seattle, the hijacker instructed the flight crew to refuel the aircraft and begin a second flight to Mexico City, with a refueling stop in Reno, Nevada. About 30 minutes after taking off from Seattle, the hijacker opened the aircraft's door, deployed the staircase, and parachuted into the night over southwestern Washington. The hijacker has never been found or conclusively identified. The hijacker had identified himself as Dan Cooper in order to buy his one-way ticket in Portland, Oregon. But a reporter confused his name with another suspect, and the hijacker subsequently became known as D.B. Cooper. In 1980, a small portion of the ransom money was found along the banks of the Columbia River near Vancouver, Washington. The area was searched, but no other evidence was located. No bills from Cooper's ransom have been discovered in circulation. The discovery of the money renewed public interest in the mystery, but yielded no additional information about the hijacker's identity or fate, and the remaining money was never recovered. After this incident, sketch artist portraits of the hijacker were created. The FBI described Cooper as a white male, 6'1", tall, 175 pounds, age mid-40s, olive complexion, brown eyes, black hair, conventional cut, parted on left. FBI agents collected evidence, including the hijacker's clip-on necktie and 8 cigarette butts, though Cooper hadn't left his ransom note behind. Agents also conducted ground searches and interviews. More than 800 suspects came to the Bureau's attention over the first 5 years of the investigation. For 45 years after the hijacking, the Federal Bureau of Investigation maintained an active investigation and built an extensive case file, but ultimately did not reach any definitive conclusions. The crime remains the only unsolved case of air piracy in the history of commercial aviation. The FBI speculates Cooper did not survive his jump for several reasons, such as the inclement weather on the night of the hijacking, Cooper's unsuitable clothing and lack of proper skydiving equipment, the heavily wooded area into which he jumped, his apparent lack of detailed knowledge of his landing area, and the disappearance of the remaining ransom money, suggesting it was never spent. In July 2016, the FBI officially suspended active investigation of the Northwest hijacking case, although reporters, enthusiasts, professional investigators, and amateur sleuths continue to pursue numerous theories for Cooper's identity, success, and fate. Cooper's hijacking and several imitators in the following year immediately prompted major upgrades to security measures for airports and commercial aviation. Metal detectors were installed at airports, baggage inspection became mandatory, and passengers who paid cash for tickets on the day of departure were selected for additional scrutiny. Boeing 727 were retrofitted with eponymous, which is specifically designed to prevent the aft staircase from being lowered in flight. By 1973, aircraft hijacking incidents had decreased, as the new security measures dissuaded would-be hijackers whose only motive was money. In 2016, the FBI announced it was closing the book on its Cooper investigation in order to redirect resources. The Bureau's existing evidence is preserved. However, Cooper's cigarette butts from the flight, which could contain DNA, are missing. Civilians continue to pursue leads. In 2020, an amateur scientist shared that he'd discovered microscopic bits of algae, diatoms, on the money that had been dug up in 1980. The The diatoms on these bills only bloom in spring, and the bills had only one season of diatoms on them. This means the money didn't go into the water at the time of Cooper's November 1971 jump, which had been one theory. The D.B. Cooper case remains one of the most intriguing unsolved mysteries in American criminal history. Despite extensive investigations, numerous theories, and occasional leads, the true identity and fate of D.B. Cooper remain elusive. The case has captured the public's imagination for decades, inspiring countless books, articles, documentaries, and even films. While speculation and debate continue, the mystery surrounding D.B. Cooper's daring heist and disappearance endures, ensuring that this enigmatic figure will remain a legend in the chronicles of crime.